Everybody, and welcome to the Onward VRML Season 15 Week 13 matchup of Schuldt versus Fire Team Inferno. I am your host, F. Lipinski, and with me today is my co-host, Jakey.
Hello, everyone.
And today it's going to be a great matchup. Right now, it's middle of the day for me. It's 2:30 p.m. And I'm feeling like we're going to have a really nice match today. Schuldt has had the most points earned out of any team worldwide this season for Season 15. That's how many? 207 points, Jakey?
Yeah, a lot. A lot of games played.
Now, can you tell me how they even got that many points, even above 200 as is?
I mean, I think it's all down to the amount of games they've played. Like, from the the very start of the season, we saw Schuldt playing almost every single week a challenge match on top of their league matchups, which was really interesting to see at the start. I mean, not many teams did what Schuldt did. I think that's the main cause to the amount of games played by them.
Yeah, and I think, it's like 23. This is their 23rd match of the season.
Yeah, wow.
And, I mean, my team, Animal House, we've only played 12. we have less. We're only half of what they've played. And that's where challenges come into play. Now, although they've played 23 matches, they have not won 23 matches. So we'll see if this will help that record get a little bit closer to staying in that top 7. Right now, they're in 10th place. Do we feel like, based off of how much MMR's been affecting their standings as is, even a win today, do you think that's enough to put them in the top 7 in Europe?
That's hard to say. I think, based looking on their MMR at the moment, I definitely think with a strong win, it's definitely it's possible for them to go up to, say, 9th or 8th, but I don't know whether they'd be able to gain enough MMR to be able to get that 7th position. I mean, currently, Aging Mossy U, my team, is at 7th right now. So Schuldt, yeah, I mean, if we see a big win today, then who knows what could happen. Are
there any other EU teams out there that still have a match to be played before the Challenger Cup, or is this the last one?
This is the last one, so tonight...
So they would have to go essentially almost 13 or 15-0 against FTI if they want to even get close to getting to that top 7.
Yeah, I mean, this is the last EU match overall. So I think this is going to definitely be a big match for Schuldt today. Their last kind of chance to be able to get a spot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is going to be a tough one. At the very least, I think Schult's just here to break records of most points out of any team this season. But, oops, wrong button. I think that I don't know if it's going to happen. I really don't know, even if they get a 12-0 sweep, if that's enough to put them in 7th place. They might get 8th, but 7th is how much MMR do they need at least to get to?
On the VRML website, Schuldt are currently at 1,200 MMR, and in 7th place right now, Aging Mossy U have 1,220, meaning approximately Schuldt would need about 20 MMR. I know it's not exact, but to be able to get up to that spot, which is going to be tough. I mean, I'm unsure if it's possible or not. I mean, they need a strong win today.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think I had this season from Animal House, we had a 20 MMR bump after beating, I think maybe it was either Latin Force or Proteus, but that's because they were ranked far above us when we beat them. And that's what got us that huge jump in MMR. In this scenario, Schuldt's playing against a team that is ranked 9 ranks below where they're at. So,
yeah, that's going to have a big difference as well. I mean, with Fire Team Inferno being further down the leaderboard, I think that's not going to be able to do Schuldt any favors. I mean, if Schuldt were against someone in currently like 11th or 12th place, I think that would be a much better position for Schuldt today to be in, rather than placing a team on the lower end of the leaderboard.
Yeah, and actually, it looks like this is not their 23rd match. This is their 24th match of the season.
Wow.
Insane.
I have never recorded a team playing that many matches. I mean,
yeah. I think the only team in North America that play that many is probably Spectre LC and Excommunicado. Those two teams I know play almost a challenge every week if they can.
I mean, if you on the VRML website, we've got Schuldt at a total of 207 points, and first Hero, they're only at 161. So you can see how much of a difference playing all them extra games.
Yeah. And then I think Spectre is the second team with the most points in the league, and that is 202 points. I don't think Spectre's playing any more matches this season, so safe to say Schuldt is going to keep their throne of first place with most points. But you correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Spectre has any more matches this season. If they do, they'd have to win by they have to get 12 points if they can. I think everyone here is going to be interested to see what FTI can do, Fireteam Inferno can do to kind of take down this monster of a team, Schuldt. Yes, they are 11-12 as of right now, but don't get them wrong. They have some really good players on their team. Right now on their roster, I can see Noctum and Mantis, who have both played for Vikings, a top 3 EU team for many seasons, Master Division team. And so you've got 2 really good players that are on Schuldt right now, as is, if you're looking just based off of previous history for these players. So it's going to be a tough challenge for FTI here. Their record this season hasn't been too great as well. They are currently 3-9 with a 25% win ratio. Yeah. They do pretty decent, though, on egress, and unfortunately that was banned by Schuldt. They kind of wanted to take away one of FTI's biggest strengths from this matchup. I do think that for FTI, they might pick Downfall for map 2. One thing that neither Jake or I have mentioned yet is for map number 1, we are going to be playing Quarantine, which was picked by FTI, the away team. And so for those who aren't aware, if the home team, who should have the first map pick, decides that they would rather play as the Volk defending side first round, then they forfeit the option to pick the map. So that's what they did. Schuldt said, we want to play as Volk first, so we'll give you the opportunity to host this lobby as well as choose the first map. And so FTI decided, well, we're going to go with Quarantine, which isn't even on their map statistics, as you can see on our screen right here. So can you pull up what FTI's statistics are for Quarantine for us, Jakey?
Absolutely. One thing I was going to mention is it's a bold and definitely brave move for Schuldt here. I mean, being not in control of the map, but having that defense kind of overlap is going to be huge for them. So let me have a look on Fireteam Inferno. So Quarantine Day, they played it once, and unfortunately they lost on that.
Wow.
And they played it.
Kind of shocked that they went for Quarantine as their map pick. They might have looked at Schultz's previous history of the map being only a 36% round win ratio. So they probably felt, hey, it's a map that they haven't played as much as some others. I mean, maps like Arctic, they've played 52 times this season. So they see Quarantine, they're like, we might have a little bit of a better, hopefully a better chance. It's not our strongest map, but it might be one of Schultz's weaker maps. And if we could put them on a map like that, we might be okay. And I think that's probably what FTI's kind of impression of what they were looking to do here for the first map. I think map 2 is definitely going to be Downfall when it comes down to it. But is it going to be enough? We're still waiting on 2 more players from Fireteam Inferno. Right now we only have Shawarma, Rogue Dice, and White Knight in here. They are going to need 1 more player before they can start the first round. And I'm not sure if they're going to... I'm not sure what's going to happen with that.
I mean, we have seen some immense changes to FTI recently. I mean, their Captain Mama recently left to join their sister team, Fireteam Phoenix. So that is definitely going to put a big spanner in the works for Fireteam Inferno. And what's interesting to see is Rogue Dice recently joined Fireteam Inferno, coming from Legion. Legion were well, it was their first season until they disbanded. I mean, a very, very strong team with Doggy Dog and Rogue Dice both on it. Two very strong players who have recently gone to Fireteam Inferno. So
I think Doggy Dog might be who we're waiting on here, because I was talking with Doggy Dog earlier today. So there's a good chance that Doggy Dog might hop in here. Maybe even Dodger as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll kind of see what's going on with that. Isn't Grand Albatross currently their team captain?
Grand Albatross. Let me have a look.
Oh, we got a fourth player in.
We have Michael, who's actually a Schuldt player. I'm not sure what he's doing over there.
Okay, and now he's back. I think they were just trying to communicate with each other there.
Yeah, Grand Albatross is the captain at the moment, I think.
Yeah, I believe it's probably getting to about time where we have to start the first round here. We'll keep you updated on what's going on with that. It could be a possible forfeit for map 1, depending on if Schuldt is going to give FTI a little bit of like a, we'll give you a little bit extra time, friendly, a gentleman's agreement there. We'll see. But otherwise, they only have 10 more minutes before they have to get a fourth player in. Now, they might be reaching out for a reservist too. So if you're a reservist and you're available, I would send FTI a message, see if they need any help. But we're gonna go ahead and hop over to a quick intermission while we wait, and we will hop back into this once we find out some more information or if the next round starts. So we'll be right back in just a minute. Back here in the scoreboard, they did get a fourth player, Red 6947 from FTI, so they should be starting the first round any moment. Let's talk about the first objective that we see on this map. It's going to be the tank courtyard objective, right next to that, what I like to call a mall. Some people, I don't know, what do you call it, Jakey?
Oh god, I call it tank OBJ. I mean,
Tank OBJ?
Yeah, almost.
Gotcha. Well, it's going to be Tank Courtyard OBJ. This one is a pretty tough objective to defend if you lose control of that north rooftop. So you can already see right now Schultz kind of getting ready to stack that north side as most people would realize it's a pretty important place to watch that objective from. Once you lose that north rooftop, you pretty much have the entire objective completely open on your line of sight. You can pick anyone off that's trying to rotate to get the kill of someone capping. So you typically send a couple people in the center two-story, start to throw smokes out on that objective, and go for that cap while you have people on north rooftop. Right now we've got... knocked him in that little parking garage hole next to tank objective, and 2 players pushing pretty far north as well. The rest of FTI are playing it pretty slow, like really slow.
I mean, this is kind of a thing we've seen on recent games of Schuldt, where Michael 2909, he likes to use a sniper class on like most maps. He's really good with it. I mean, he's great guys now on the AC. Getting Leander on the hospital, sorry.
Oh, and look at Noctum here. Noctum is pushing up onto center 2-story. Pretty risky. I think Schultz really going for some risky plays here. They're really just trying to have fun with this, it seems like. You know, having Michael with his 12 times sniper rifle, Noctum pushing up to center 2-story. He's got to watch out for Rogue, though. If Rogue is keeping his eyes out for Noctum, or if Noctum makes any noise, he can easily get the pick, as Noctum's pretty exposed.
Yeah, Noctum knows he's there. Shuma just made some noise. Also, we do have 5 players now from Fighting Inferno. And which also just joined the lobby.
It's gonna hurt from Noctum. He couldn't hit those shots on the Rogue dice, and Shawarma actually was really close to getting the pick there. Michael is sneaking up though on the Rogue dice, and a trade comes out between the 2 of them. No revives are going to be possible on that one. So now it's down to a 3v3. And just as I say that, Noctum with a nice little peek to center 2-story takes out Shawarma. So now it's 2-3 here. White Knight and Red, last 2 alive from Fireteam Inferno, and quite the spread on defense too. Not a lot of players on that objective, really only Noctum, and we've got, who do we got here? Luca being the only 2 players able to protect that objective.
I mean, Fighting Inferno really interesting here. They're kind of, ooh, Noctum takes out Red. What a nice shot.
I killed someone there.
Fighting Inferno playing this quite relaxed. I mean, on Marsoc.
My guess is that they were trying to take advantage of the 6 minutes of this round and just allow for their 5th person to hop in the lobby. I don't think they had any intention of playing aggressive on this round, even if they knew that they would win if it meant playing aggressive. I think what they wanted to do was just take it really slow, use up the entire clock, and make sure they can get their 5th player in. That's what I would do. I've done it in the past. If I'm waiting on a 5th player to hop in, I didn't have a timeout available, or we had to start a round, I would just sit and spawn for 6 minutes. It's boring, but it allowed my 5th player to hop into the lobby, and it's a good idea. But
White Knight is making a Noctum. I mean, is making some noise right here. So White Knight is gonna, I think, play against that. Might come out successful. Might not. We may see a trade here.
Yeah. White Knight also gonna have to be very observant on how much noise they are making. If they decide to take their hand off their foregrip, or if they decide to take out a tablet, pull out a grenade, absolutely, anything like that, it is gonna tell Noctum someone is right underneath him.
Absolutely.
Especially if White Knight just crawls a little bit too fast too.
White Knight does have a flash and a grenade on him. He could use this against Noctum, I guess.
Yeah, it's still very risky. I don't know if I would go with that route. I would probably just do what he's doing, try crawling up, and I would only... Oh, yep.
Yeah, there we are. Noctum calls out the steps.
Now is the time where White Knight should use that utility. As soon as he gets exposed, that's when you start to use that utility, because the stealth is no longer an option. It's not going to give you any more advantage now that Noctum's expecting it.
I mean, I'm not sure Noctum knows he's below, but White Knight... Ooh, here we are.
Yep. Oh. And Noctum doing a pretty good job, getting 3 kills at the start of the round for Schuldt. 1-0, and now we've got all 5 players from Fireteam Inferno, so it should be much smoother intermissions between rounds as well. Interesting. Wow. Your name's not showing up on our screen. We'll figure that out. Do you want to run us back here on what happened that last round, Jakey?
Yep. I mean, Schuldt played it nice. They had Noctum very, very nice. allowed him to kind of take control of that center vicinity. We also saw Michael getting a trade near the ambulance building, the hospital. Sorry, and then we saw Mantis come into contact with, I think it was Red, near the AC. I mean, Red tried to put a grenade on him, but unfortunately it didn't make contact. But I think second round is approaching.
Looks like we got a little bit more time there.
Little temp by Leander.
Yeah. We're going to see kind of what Schuldt can do to keep that momentum moving on this next round. They did have quite the advantage, only being a 5v4 from that first round, so we'll see if anything changes on this next round here. So hopping into round number 2. What is Schuldt gonna do here? Real question is, what's FTI gonna do here? What are they gonna do to kind of keep this map under control for themselves?
I think FTI now with 5 players, we'll see if that shows an advantage to them. We'll see if that changes anything. And we see Leander and Michael heading down the north side.
Knocked him with a nice quick pickup onto Shawarma. That's when you know this player knows this map like the back of their hand and all the timings.
I mean, Nakdom, a very known player in the VRML community, ex-Vikings player.
Michael with his 12 times once again on his, I think it's what, is that a Mark 16? No, M16. He's got the M16 tripod too. What the? How often do you see someone with a tripod on their guns in competitive play?
I think Michael, I think they're like preparing to, you know, pouch up on the AC building with the bipod out. Maybe look at some picks. Maybe onto Rogue Dice if he was to peek.
One thing I will say is I'm not a fan of Red's position here, all the way in this motel. For one, they're not even watching the objective if someone decides to cross the street to the objective. And two, let's say someone does make that cross and you are watching, 1-2 smokes, that's enough to keep it so that you can't hit your shots, and then they're on objective capping.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a very interesting play. It can work or it can't. I mean, we're here, Leander, they're approaching now up on the side of the AC building. I mean, we're going to see, I think Red is just going to miss him, unfortunately. I think Leander might be able to just sneak past.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a learning lesson for Red here, especially if there's a cap coming out. Another one is White Knight. Are they aware of what objective this is?
It's a very spread out defense here by FTI. I mean, they've only really got Grand Albatross and Rogue Dice near the OBJ to track back. If they were to go down, we may see a possible cap here from Schuldt.
I think, how do you pronounce it? Luca or Lucas?
Lucas.
Lucas, okay. Lucas, I have a feeling he knows a general idea that Rogue is behind that wall too. Might have seen him earlier, could have seen a part of him clipping through the wall. I don't know, but he's been keeping his eye on it.
I'm pretty sure they have got body armor on, as we see no util unless they've already used it in their pouches. So, I mean, if they had like a grenade or a flash or something, really useful.
Yeah. I think Grand Albatross. Oh, now this is gonna be huge. Oh, Red. Oh, knocked him with the first pick onto Grand Albatross here.
Rogue Dice is dropping back, gets taken out by Lucas. Knocked on another.
And the 2 players on objective are now dead. All up to White Knight. Knockdom's going to go for the cap here.
Mantis is going for the kill. I mean, if they know Nakdom's capping.
Oh boy, Knockdom. Any minute now. I mean, you've got like literally a minute till White Knight gets there, but you could be a little quicker. You could be any quicker, Knockdom.
Come on, Knockdom.
Oh boy. I get it. You've been around since season 4. So it's going to take some time, but Knockdom with the... Oh, and White Knight upset. Team kills himself in the head. That's 2 more points for Schuldt there. And I almost called it. I almost did, as we could see Leander make that cross in the street trying to get to that objective.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he didn't smoke the cross. He just smoked the objective. I think that's kind of where it separates Silver Division from, you know, Diamond and Master is. Diamond, Master, I feel like are more aware of not just where you want to smoke, but where you also need to smoke. I think the idea is, let's smoke the objective, make sure they can't see us when we get on and we can cap it. Great, that's a great idea. But you put 5 smokes on that objective. That's a lot. At some point, 2 or 3 are not really doing anything. They're just also adding more smoke to what's already smoked. What you should have been doing is putting smoke on the objective and where you need to travel to get to it. I think that's what really separates those Silver, Diamond, Gold, Master type of teams, is using that kind of mindset when planning these plays. I mean, clearly it was a plan from the start. This wasn't any kind of like improv made by Schuldt for that round. Everyone got into position where they wanted to be, and right when they were ready, they all coordinated and then boom, smoked at the same time, started to hit that objective at the same time. Lucky enough for Schuldt, there wasn't as many players on FTI near objective, and they got knocked him to squeeze in there for the cap after a 45-second attempt. But
very interesting defense there by FTI. I think the one thing that caught them off was the widely spread out defense. I mean, we had red over here on the little motel. We had white knight behind the rock in the south. Round 3.
Yeah, I think FTI could have done a little bit better by not having 2 players off objective, the opposite direction of where enemies are coming in from and away from objective. If they had put 1 more person at that north rooftop, 1 more person trying to go to that hospital, even if they died, the attempt of going there is all worth it, rather than keeping someone alive where they can't get capped like we saw from White Knight.
For sure. Rogue Dice and White Knight heading towards gas station, heading towards the hospital. I mean, they might get caught off by Michael here.
I think Michael was able to call it out, but he wasn't able to go for the picks. Look at Knocked him here, just pushing up that center extremely far, and it's definitely going to disrupt FTI. I don't think they're going to expect it, and once they know he's there, I don't even think they're going to, I don't know how they're going to handle it. It's one of those things where it's just like throwing a rock into a gear. It's just, it slows everything down, and it takes a lot of time to get them all out. Oh, and Knocked him so close to getting those shots on the Albatross. Not enough to land, though.
Maybe spots Rogue and White Knight here. Maybe let's get a pick on Rogue right here. Oh, unfortunately, he just misses his head.
What I like is how Knocked him's kind of using the cover from his back to kind of focus attention at one thing at a time. You know, when he's ready, he rotates and watches the players that he knows is at impact building. But when he's trying to keep his attention,
Michael,
oh
what a team kill.
Oh, that
Michael
is
pulls it out as a headshot
not
kill.
good. That might cost a 12-0 possibility from Schuldt here, as it's now FTI with the 4-person advantage to 3. I will say, that was a pretty good shot by Michael.
That was.
That was clean.
If only it was on the FTI player.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure Noctum's pretty upset that he got his first death because of a team kill.
I mean, FTI now with the advantage. I mean, we may even see a cap push here. I mean, the middle is pretty exposed. They could just come straight through the building of the mansion.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's an easy, I wouldn't say easy, but I don't think Leander has great visibility of objective. Lucas has some, but they could still smoke, sit on it, cap it, all before anyone rotates.
Bro, I have it all!
Quite a bit of yelling from Schuldt.
I think Stroma just called out Leander.
Whew.
God, close.
Is Albatross gonna be able to make that cross now? That's the question. Is Albatross all right? They don't look to be very cognitive right now.
Some smoke's going out. I'm not sure what the purpose of these were heading towards. AC maybe just to block some vision off for FTI.
Yeah,
Maybe.
not quite useful. I mean, it's gonna stir him up a little bit, but not enough to really cause him to make a mistake, I don't think. And it's also not enough to give FTI any kind of advantage.
If I was in the end of the position, I think I'd focus off the crossroad and head over to the lander. Oh, take out Shawarma.
Wonder if Grand Albatross disconnected or battery died, but I think Red's gonna get picked off by Michael here. Yep.
Fucking hell. I'm down.
Red does not sound quite that happy with
Yeah,
that.
unfortunately, I think Grand Albatross has disconnected.
And that is going to be unfortunate. That's going to be. I mean, we say it right now. Watch him come back, survive. But I think that's safe to say. Schuldt's going to take this round 4-0 for map number 1. We'll go ahead and sit here looking at Albatross while we wait. Let's play back some of these replays real quick. This last one of a nice headshot by Michael on the red. Ooh, that was almost a headshot too. I'm kind of surprised that it wasn't a headshot. What a round by Schuldt. The aggression on defense was paying off for sure. But overall, just the coordination, communication, everything from above. You know, I think a little bit more coordination would really give them those extra match wins on their current standings, based off of what I'm seeing right now. What do you think FTI needs to do aside from not disconnecting to to kind of come back from this upset of map 1?
I mean, there we are. We just see Schuldt take the map 1. I mean, FDI, I think there's a lot of pros and a lot of cons. I think the main con for them is on defense. I just think they're too spread out, you know, like, especially on a larger map like this, tracking back to the uplink when the attackers are on it is very hard if you're far away. So I think FDI just needs to make sure they're closer to the objective when defending. On attack, I think they should take more of a like a solo and duo routes instead of going like in a pack of 3 and 2. I think it can work, but there's a specific way to go about it. I think FTI just haven't conquered that yet.
Yeah.
Which we may see though elsewhere in the match.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, we watched the first map happen in less than 20 minutes, I'd say, once we started that first round.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty quick first map. I think we have that cap to think for that. Do we feel like we're going to see any more caps by Schuldt? I think if it's a large map, I would say yes.
Absolutely. I mean, Schuldt love a smoke cap. I've seen from many of their games. And I think they're definitely 100% going to be going for one. USS Quest, the next map.
Ooh, all right. I don't know if we're going to see any caps on this one. Just because it's a little bit closer range. By the time Noctum's ready to cap it, I'm sure. I'd hope FTI can make it back in time. Oh.
First OBJ we are going to see is on the right of the ship here, on camera 2. Lipinski. There we are.
You're right. That is interesting. So this is going to be northwest corner of the ship, as those who are watching can't quite see it yet. And so this is right near the edge of that catwalk, where most people would familiarize it next to that large HESCO wall of cover. On the north side of that. So I feel like it's going to be for Schult's defense. I think they're going to send 1 on catwalk just to kind of secure that down. They're going to push 2 up to the center and maybe leave 1 hanging back near the red alley on the other side of the bridge. Where do you think FTI is going to... Are they going to play pretty close together? Do you think they're going to spread out? Are they going to play slow like we saw on the first map?
I think what they're going to do, I think firstly in this first round on attack, I think they're going to play a similar style to their first round of last map. I mean, I think they're going to play fairly slow. I sending a player or two down the red alley, like I like to call it, it can be risky. I mean, for sure, I think one of Schuldt's players is going to be there with a C4 maybe, just waiting.
Yeah.
But we do see a change from FTI. Doggy Dog has entered the lobby.
Coming in for that was Grand Albatross, correct?
Yep, correct.
Gotcha. Well, since Grand Albatross is not back, I'm assuming we're not going to see a DC from FTI this time. But we're going to see if they can keep themselves on that objective and keep themselves from getting capped on this time. Maybe they might be able to cap Schuldt in return. Kind of give them a little bit of payback. Now, this is, once again, FTI's map pick, as it is now map number 2. So Schuldt's once again starting off on the defense for Volk. We should be seeing the next round starting fairly soon.
I mean, it's a fairly bold pick from FTI here. I mean, like, considering FTI banned cargo, is that right?
Yeah, they did.
I mean, I'd compare USS Quest to cargo.
Oh yeah, it's once again cargo containers all over the map. Round number 1 for map 2.
Is this useful?
Let's see what FTI's got planned for this one.
So, kid, you've got the line. You've got the line. Yeah, everyone's got the line.
Yeah, Leander with a C4. I'm sure will go red. The red lane down on the left. I'm sure. Nakdom pushing up a little bit. Nakdom does like to push up. We've seen him.
Oh yeah, he's quite the aggressive player here. Oh, he's gonna go for a peek here onto red. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out for Nakdom, as red's holding that angle pretty tight.
Ooh.
Gonna come down who's got the quicker trigger finger and who's paying attention more. Sometimes I kind of zone out when I hold angles.
Yeah.
Oh, and classic onward timing might also be a factor, as red just pulled out his tablet. Oh wow.
I think they are red, left side, because I can't see any.
Yeah, Nakdom's calling out possible red alley movement here. I think here comes the swing from Nakdom. Oh, it's hard to say.
God, red
Really
is
hard
just
to say.
inches away from Nakdom.
Oh, down goes the top fragger from Schuldt. The slow play from FTI so far is paying off at the start of this round. Not giving any information to Schuldt. Right now, they are under the impression that it might be a red alley advancement. Curious to see if White Knight's going to try to take this catwalk approach. Now, it's going to be pretty tough for them to spot Lucas, as they have just a little bit of a head peeking out over there, as you can see. Even harder when you're not as zoomed in as I am. And even so, when zoomed in, you can't even sometimes make out that it's a head.
For sure. I mean, we see red prone here now. Might be able to catch off Leander if Leander pushes up.
I don't know if Leander will. I think he's just going to kind of play back. He's kind of their defensive player for the flank here, keeping an eye on this back alley. And I actually like this position a lot. Not one that you see a lot. Really changes the height at which you're aiming your gun when you come out that alley. Most people have their gun pointing a little bit higher, maybe at waist level, but when Leander's kind of like a whole 3 feet lower, being on that lower platform might be quite the advantage for Leander.
I mean, we do doggy take
-1 on the head scores.
Oh man. And so far, FTI are 5-3. I could see maybe why they picked USS Quest. A little bit of longer angles here, but still got some pretty close quarter combat, versus cargo being not that many long angles.
I mean, my guess was by FTI have played quite passive, especially on this Mars push. I mean, they're not playing. They're not just running at them like some teams would. In my opinion, they're playing quite smart. Whether they can execute their final kills.
And I mean, it is smart, but at the same time, they're getting lucky by having Schuldt peeking so many different angles when they don't need to.
I mean, look at Lucas. He's just pushed up here. Might see a kid here.
It is possible, but a good flash from FTI could easily take out Lucas, and he doesn't have anyone there to rotate for the refrag. And another player goes down, but Lucas does take out White Knight.
container.
Rogue is
red-
aware of Lucas, and Lucas is aware of Rogue.
The red lane is free now. I mean, Leander's C4 is pretty useless now. Yeah.
Wow. Rogue kind of frozen in fear. Didn't even take a single shot out. What is going on by Rogue?
There's another one.
And a good toss, just way too far. Wow, went in the bathtub. Get some lessons by James Boak on that right there. You'd be hitting those all day.
I mean, Doggy and Red are in very. Oh,
Oh, what a great flash onto Red, but Doggy is able to get any refrags. And here comes the flank from Lucas. Takes out Red. Oh, what an amazing nade that could have been. Doggy takes out Lucas. Michael takes out Doggy. And now it's all up to Shawarma. And because of their stealth, Michael has no idea that Shawarma's on the flank here. He's going to go for a utility throw here. It seems.
like that.
If he didn't lag out. Oh, boy.
It's
Oh boy, and it's FTI. FTI's hosts, aren't they?
This is another disconnect from FTI.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Wow. Who disconnects in 2 rounds?
Well, not the same person, but the same team, that is.
I've never seen this. I don't know about you.
I might have. Yeah. Wow. And they're still in the lobby without a death, but where did they go? Where did they go? What a clutch from Schuldt when it was a 2v4. Impressive. Well done. So far, they might they're hunting you down right now, Jakey, on those standings.
Yo,
You getting nervous at all?
Oh, this is a really interesting, like, that was a really interesting round. We saw many kills, many utils, just a lot of stuff going on that round. Very interesting.
Yeah. I think if Shawarma was any quicker on their rotate, just by 10 seconds, it could have been the round for Schuldt, and FTI would have taken that first point.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, who could have seen a disconnect from Shawarma coming as well? You know, it's all hindsight, 2020 vision. You know. So,
I wonder if I honestly think if Shawarma did not disconnect there, they would have been able to take out Michael. I mean, I'm not sure Michael had any idea that Shawarma was in the back.
Right. It did look like he was going to toss the utility, which if he did toss the utility, I think would have easily told Michael where he was coming from, at least from behind him. But it also depends on if it was a flash, if they saw the flash being tossed, what direction it came from. Now, if it was a smoke, you can easily tell where they come from, even if you look at it late. But dude, if they 12-0, if they 13-0, you guys might have to hold your breath on how much MMR they get. You never know this algorithm, what it might do.
Wow. Into round 2 we go.
FTI with only 4 players. Shawarma still not back.
Who's standing here?
Boy, is Schuldt gonna go for a cap? I think they might try to, seeing that they only have 4 players to go up against.
Michael looking for a quick pick down here, down the catwalk.
Ooh, Leander and Doggy Dog might meet eye to eye in a second. Oh, good smoke toss.
Unfortunately, just landed on the container. Michael creeping up there on the catwalk. Wow.
Great smokes from Leander.
Yeah, they are for sure.
Oh, and another smoke.
Sure.
A little bit high, but if someone was underneath it, would definitely block their line of sight. They'd have to rotate. Oh, Michael misses the shots on the Rogue. Rogue gets the first kill here. A flashbang would be perfect in a trade. Rogue is still up. Nice double kill from Rogue. A follow-up flash. That's exactly what's needed. Mantis gets to confirm. White Knight's going to rotate. They're going to have to watch out for Doggy Dog. Utility gets tossed by Doggy, but it's only a nade. Not going to catch anyone there. Mantis going for the shots on the white. He connects, but not enough. Doggy swings on the Noctum, gets the kill. Another flash, perfect on the white knight. Oh, Doggy gets the kill on the Mantis, leaving it all up to Lucas on the flank from Red Alley. Red still being up. It's a 1v3. Almost said 4 because of the dots at the top, but wow.
Slowly creeping up
Oh,
here.
I haven't seen anyone yet.
See them replays.
Do they not see each other? I think Lucas saw Red, but I don't think Red saw Lucas.
Doggy just confirming them kills. Wow, considering FTI do have, yeah, all 4 players still up. Impressive, very impressive. I think the one thing which caught Schuldt off there was that I think they were too focused on going for a cap. in my opinion.
They were, and not. I think they put that M203 in not in the greatest position.
Yeah, sure.
They tried putting it almost on objective.
Do you want me to turn back at OBJ?
But ooh. Oh, and the headshot onto Red. Doggy's going for the flank. Is this gonna hurt FTI right when they? Oh, but if Lucas stays still, oh, and he's rotating in just in time. Fake flash from Lucas. Doggy's running. Oh, but Lucas hears him. Lucas hears Doggy here. Oh, the trade!
Oh,
Doggy with the lucky headshot onto Lucas. Gives the first point for FTI here. No longer a shutout from Schuldt. Wow, and I didn't even think it would be on the 4v5 round either. They
First
didn't
point
even
for
have
FTI.
shawarma.
nicely done. I mean, that was really nicely executed. You know, FTI held their positions, they held their angles, and I think Schuldt made the silly but quite little mistake of kind of just trying to focus on that cap. I mean, we saw an M203 smoke straight onto the OBJ, unfortunately a little bit high. Some smoke from the center. I think, yeah, 100% too focused on going for the cap, and FTI just saw that weakness.
Yeah, Doggy Dog did a great job in their position. It's a very meta spot as well. I'm kind of shocked that nobody from Schuldt was able to pre-fire or even check that angle. Only Noctum was the only one aware of Doggy Dog, and even Noctum couldn't take him out. So Doggy Dog doing a great job on the flank and at the same time holding that objective down when they started losing players on it.
For sure.
We're going to see if FTI can keep that one-round momentum going. I mean, if they have their 5th player, even the better. They were doing pretty well on the first round until they lost that momentum by just 2 players.
We go.
Round number 3.
Gonna lay down some fire, yeah?
Once again, Shawarma not in.
You're coming that way.
My headset
The next
says
OBJ
it's
by the
100%.
catwalk on camera.
Yeah. No,
Kid,
100.
don't get killed, for Christ's
I have a
sake.
feeling that Shawarma's headset died.
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna see. This is gonna be that bridge objective here on the right near Red Alley. One that's technically an easy cap. Ooh, Lucas downs Doggy Dog, top fragger from FTI. Can they get the confirm off? Doesn't seem like they can quite connect those shots. Smoke goes out by Red to try to get the pickup, but is Lucas gonna pre-fire it? Oh, he doesn't. Could have been maybe an extra pickup. And what a grenade toss! Wow!
Oh my God.
What a nade onto Lucas! Wait, was that Red? Or Rogue Dice set through
I
that?
think that was Doggy Dog.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
We can play it back real quick. I don't want to play it back at the wrong time. We'll give it a second here. See what happens, because I think Lucas is gonna push up a little bit more. But that was a great nade, and wow, almost another nade onto Michael, just a little bit too long. So close.
This is really interesting. Michael with the 4x scope. On is that a 4x scope? I think that
I
is.
don't know why Michael's using a 4 times on a map like this. Oh, and look at Lucas's position.
Wow.
creeping up here.
God.
Could easily pick off red.
Oh,
Oh, and the trade. Unfortunate, but Noctum's gonna also play aggressive.
Yep.
Gets one. Goes for two. Can't get two. Only gets the one.
From that other guy.
a grenade here.
Oh, and a
flash.
great flash. Michael almost picks off Doggy Dog. Mantis does keep him at bay just a little bit, but isn't able to rotate quick enough to take advantage of the flash fully. But he's going to toss another one to take advantage of. Don't know if that one got him, but he does take out Rogue. And that's what flashes are for. The double kill from Mantis. Leaving all up to White Knight.
That was beautiful. Look, the double kill. Wow. A nice 2 flashes as well there by Mantis. What a beautiful, beautiful play.
And I don't even think that they got Doggy Dog with it on that flash. Just Rogue dice, it seems.
I mean, it's all up to White Knight now. At the start of Catwalk, unfortunately, I don't see much hope for White Knight. I mean, Schuldt look to have all angles covered. I mean, they've got 2 on the OBJ, and also there's Mantis watching the Catwalk over here.
Did they have a C4 at all? Yep, they do. In Red Alley as well. Leander's holding on to it. Wow. I mean, that was looking really great from FTI with that nade, but they were kind of trapped in that middle. They weren't making up much advancements. They didn't use enough smokes. I think that's one thing that you don't see enough from FTI is smoke utility. They haven't been using like any so far. White Knight's only got 3 minutes remaining on the clock to make a play here. Currently 0-1 after 2 rounds. White Knight's gonna have to shake off the first map from their shoulders, as it was quite a devastating map for them. So if they can get themselves in the right mindset, play their best round that they've played this season, they could definitely easily clutch this up. Their position is blown by Mantis, though. Mantis did spot him out, although I don't think the rest of Schuldt's gonna rotate. Maybe Michael might. I don't know.
I mean, Michael just holding this angle. He's got a really nice angle to be fair to him. I mean, watching the whole cross. Oh!
Leander gets taken out by White Knight. And that's what happens when you play too aggressive. And Mantis with his 3rd kill that round, taking out White Knight. 2-1 on USS Quest map number 2 for Schuldt, our home team. All right, what a what a round that was.
That was interesting, 100%.
I think those 2 grenades kind of caught us both off guard. I'm surprised one of them did not kill Michael. That was way too close. I think that roadblock helped.
Onto Lucas at the very start of that round.
Oh yeah, it almost could have picked off Mantis as well, or knocked him. Whoever was next to that nade, I think it was knocked him. Nope, it was Mantis. It was Mantis. But we're gonna see. I think Schuldt might get a cap on this round. It's very possible. I think FTI might put someone on that catwalk a little bit too aggressive and too far from OBJ, and it's gonna cost them a cap. I think they're gonna they're gonna run up the west side of the bridge, so more in the center of the map near the runway. They're gonna run up along that wall with smoke. They're gonna toss smoke in the center, and they're just gonna try to rush in and get that cap off, while putting aggression in that red alley. I think that seems like something Schuldt would do. What do you think, Jakey?
I think Schuldt 100%. Yeah, I totally agree. I think they're definitely gonna go for a cap here. It's whether they play it, maybe a little more passive towards the start instead of, hauling all of their players up to the OBJ with smokes. I think, I'm excited to see if they put any players down the red alley here. I think it's a risky but very rewarding play if successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an very interesting round. I mean, Schuldt have been playing nice. I mean, both teams have been playing nice over this match.
Round number 4 for map 2.
And then why he's gonna take the same.
What is Schuldt gonna pull out here?
no,
Knocked
take
him.
over the goals,
Could
take
be
over the
playing
goals.
catwalk side, it seems. And Mantis might be playing more of the center. They might try to push Mantis on objective for the cap here. I think he's a quick capper.
Yeah. FTI, another
Rogue Dice gets caught off by Mantis, so already down to 3 players for FTI here. And look at that, they have 1 person too far on catwalk, red.
Yeah, Leander with a smoke.
Oh, too far on that smoke. Wow, just went right over the heads of everyone. Could be honestly a crouch walk cap.
Only 3 players left.
Ooh, but red
Minus
picks
1.
off Michael, who was creeping their way up to that objective. They need some smokes out in the center if they want to try to get that cross to objective without red seeing.
I mean,
Stop arguing.
if Mantis was able to crawl maybe to the OBJ now, he could get a cap off. It's 100% if he's sneaky.
And
about
that's
it.
exactly what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Oh, here goes a nice flash and a grenade from red. Oh, just too far. Almost gets Lucas. Leander's going to try to go for a pick onto red here, but red spots Leander. Nice headshot. Red gets taken out by Lucas, so now it's a 3v2. Well, White Knight has rotated on objective. He does not want to get capped on again. Doggy Dog's going to rotate on objective to prevent the cap too. I think they're going to go for it here. They need a flash cap if they want to get this round. Oh, wow. Oh, and on objective, a flash cap is what's needed. Oh, Mantis gets flashed. Doggy
doesn't know he's
survives.
there. I'm pretty sure Doggy.
Can you
does
cap
not
from
know
the other
he's
side
there.
of this container? I don't think you can.
Yeah, I think you can.
Doggy with another kill on the Mantis. It's a 1v1. All up to Noctum. Oh, Noctum saves the round with a headshot onto Doggy Dog. Woo. Wow, they needed a flashbang so bad there
Sure, yeah.
if they wanted to get that cap. Unfortunately, they used up all their utility, it seems. No smokes on it, no flashes. They were bone dry.
Sure,
Doggy
yeah.
Dog really clutching it up this map, going 8-4 right now. Wow.
I think unfortunately Doggy Dog was just a bit overwhelmed at the end there. I mean, he had 3 short players attacking him, 2 at once, and then 1. We saw Nakatom coming in late. I mean, Doggy Dog, all angles really. I mean, we saw Doggy Dog kind of on the red lane push up quite a bit, you know, to the center of the red lane, and then he had to rotate immediately back when Stingy went down on the OBJ.
Yeah. He was a little bit farther from OBJ, but pretty close to it. Close enough to prevent the cap. All Schuldt has to do now is win this next round, and they win the series. This is series point here and match point. But I'm sure that that's not what they're here for. They are here to get as many points milked as possible
Sure, yeah.
and potentially get them to 7th EU standings. It's a bit of a stretch now that they lost a point, though. Round number 5. Jinx.
Jinx.
Still a 4v5 here with FTI down a player still. Might be like that for the rest of the match. I think was it Albatross?
Yep.
He also might have had a dead headset as he's also not coming back in. Curious to see if Schult's gonna let them pick the map for map 3 or if they are going to pick it this time. Ooh, and Lucas and Doggy Dog trade the 2 top fraggers from each team. Knocked them crouch walking their way up. Is FTI gonna expect it this time? Maybe red might. Ooh, it's really close. Oh, and red looks away.
The onward timing.
Oh, he sees him.
Oh my god.
No, he doesn't. What? And
White
Red's
Knight
gonna rotate out of there.
Red lane. Pushing on.
Oh my. This is making me hold my breath here. Red's gonna rotate, maybe go for some utility usage or get a better angle on this, it seems. Now doesn't... Oh. Knocked him, stands up. Onward timing? Oh wow. Knocked him. Check the lane before you just look the other way. Your gun was pointing right at him too. 3v3. We got an M203 smoke, but not on the objective. It's going to be on Leander's position here. Is that 2 M203s now, or just 1?
I think that's one that's been run off. One. Leander has got a C4 roped up here. Camera 4, if you want to see that.
Yeah, I don't know if it might get White Knight. White Knight seems to be just doing some distraction shots. Ooh, Red's just going for that flank. Mantis can hear it though. Is Mantis gonna call it out? Oh, Mantis had to take out Rogue first. And he's gonna rotate to keep his eyes on Red here. Michael hears him though. Oh, and what a swing! Onto Red.
Nicely done there.
All up to White Knight
Michael,
to
here we are.
save
Swing
the
in
series.
Red. What a beautiful, beautiful swing there by Michael.
Three minutes and 15 seconds remaining for White Knight here. 1-3 in the score.
It's like a repeat of the first or second round, sorry, of USS Quest of this same match. I mean, White Knight, the last one alive. See what he can do here.
Yeah, and the exact same players left on Schuldt as well.
Yeah.
Mantis, Leander, and Michael. Now, if White Knight can kill Leander here and survive, this would be exactly the same.
Oh, Leander is pushing up.
Woo! White Knight gets hit. Not
What Leander
killed.
could do, he could pick up his C4, toss it straight over, maybe get a lucky C4 kill.
Ooh, but Leander's a little greedy. He wants the bullets. And that's it.
Match.
Yep, Schuldt win. 4-1 there. Now, Schuldt is officially 12-12 for the season on map or on match wins and losses. And FTI, Fireteam Inferno, are now 3-10 this season.
Wow. Yeah, the difference from both teams. I mean, that was beautiful map from Schuldt there. I mean, just unfortunately, FTI not. I think being a 4 person, I think that was a huge disadvantage to them, especially on Marsok rounds. Maybe just didn't perform well on the round that they won. Maybe they can use the fact that they saw, Schuldt, running up maybe a bit like headless chickens with smoke from the OBJ as maybe a bit of a tip for the next map, and we could possibly see some more points performed by FTI.
I'm curious to see if FTI feel like it's worth it.
Yeah.
They could very well just forfeit as they now know, like, hey,
sure,
whatever happens here doesn't really affect us. We have to play in the Challenger Cup regardless,
Well, Downfall is going to be the next map, ladies and gentlemen. This is an interesting pick from FTI, considering this is one of Schultz's best, arguably best maps.
Yeah. So it seems like FTI picked every single map in the series as an away team too. So you don't see that too often. First objective we're gonna see is the little bungalow on that west street between the Center Hotel and the helicopter 2-story building in the north. And I think FTI is just going to be playing with 4 for the rest of this match. I don't know if they're going to have their 5th hop back in after they've charged up, which was, I think, Shawarma or Grand Albatross. I don't know where Dodger is. Dodger would be... If Dodger's available, I mean, that would probably be nice to have a 5th player in.
Camera 3, Lipinski is OBJ, just to let you know. I like this OBJ. This is a nice OBJ to defend, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd like to go. Oh, looks like Schult's gonna drop a player. They're gonna take Lucas out. Kind of even the odds 4-4.
We may
Don't
see
know.
Button UK entering.
Oh
possibly.
yeah.
You know, another one of big.
At first, I thought you said Buxton, like the old caster. I'm like, what? He's coming back to play? So that's like my favorite guy to have cast. I'm like, I'd be honored to watch him play, but no, it's.
Or we
Button.
may see Lucas return.
Yeah, if I was Schultz, I certainly would not be going 4v4 volunteering that when you're this close to being ranked number 7th EU. I would do anything I could to keep the advantage against FTI, as long as it is, of course, following the rules. You know, no foul play. We could possibly see a timeout as well, maybe, but I'm not sure. Haven't heard anything from anybody in Discord, so
Might be a possible timeout.
we'll go ahead and hop over to intermission while we wait. They've got Tempest for coming in for Schultz now. I guess not. Tempest didn't spawn in, but round number 1.
A 4 versus 4. Let's see. This is going to be an interesting round, actually, being a 4 versus 4. Let's see. Ooh.
Early shots coming out. Noctum is aware of the spawn now. Should be able to rotate accordingly. And boy, is he getting aggressive. Where is he planning to go?
That's a nice
Oh,
angle.
oh.
Oh, Noctum and White Knight.
What a swing on a White Knight. Noctum takes out 1, and he's got Red shivering in his timbers right now. Rogue Dice on the wide flank going towards Marsoc Twins, and Doggy Dog really going to have to help protect his teammate here. He's got a 12 times suppressor with a drum mag M16. Oh boy. He is here for the long run, it seems. Going to try to find Michael. But if he's not careful,
Red knows
Mantis.
Noctum's below him. 'Cause
Oh, he has to know. He's got to know.
I mean, I'd have thought if Red did know, he'd maybe just toss a flash down there, maybe, or a grenade.
Oh, Doggy Dog just survived that.
Oh my god, look at this. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is so close.
I'd say keep an eye on Red, see if he makes any call-outs about Noctum.
Yeah.
He hasn't really said anything, and he's just kind of running around almost like Noctum's not there.
I honestly think Red does not know Noctum's there. I think he may have thought that they traded.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Possibly. Ooh, Mantis just missing Doggy Dog.
Brothels well, pretty sure.
Doggy Dog's calling out North Brothel, but that is not where Mantis is. He's actually on that west road. Good thing for us, we are on a 6-minute delay. So, me saying that is not giving Doggy Dog any advantage. Doggy Dog already saying how much of a great advantage he has.
Wow, Michael does see him though.
Red makes the cross, kind of disregards Noctum. Now, if Noctum heard him on that cross, he could rotate accordingly and get the pick. Hard to know where to keep this camera pointing, as there's just so much going on, and Rogue and Red both take out Leander there at the same time. 3v3.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh!
what a
Middle
shot!
down.
The confidence on that shot too. Michael's like, yeah, he's down. Do it.
Yeah, we see Michael with the bipod again. They're obviously paying off.
You can do it, Michael.
Red
Get red.
in lower
Get red. Get him.
Red in lower red. How about that, Lipinski? Red in lower red.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, I think red is unfortunately trapped.
Oh!
Come on, it's
Oh my god!
Another
Mike,
kill
you
from
are
Michael.
nasty with it. Wow.
And that leaves just Rogue. Oh, and he gets the pick on to Noctum. Wow. 1v2. Michael definitely knows where Rogue is. Oh, and what a smoke. That's a big play from Rogue, but will it be there long enough for him to get close to that objective? And it looks like Michael rotated out of the building. Oh, but too slow. Rogue's going for it. Found some utility on the ground. Look at the odds of that. Another smoke on objective. Mantis needs to communicate to Michael that, hey, he's rotated. He's at Center Hotel.
For sure, yeah.
Reverse utility from Mantis with a flash.
Grenade. Another flash.
Can't. Oh, he spots Mantis. Oh, and the trade between Mantis and Rogue. Schuldt get that point. That was a close round. That was a close round. But now Schultz got 5 players. So now it's back to a 4v5 for Schultz. Current score right now is 9-1 on this series.
I mean, yeah, that just shows the strength of Schuldt here. I mean, they're determined to win this. And I'm excited to see where Schuldt end up on the leaderboard after this game, whether they win it possibly 12-1. That would be a huge victory for Schuldt. Unfortunate for FTI, I think they'll probably come away from this match with extra knowledge about themselves and also Schuldt for maybe future games, or even in the future games against Schuldt.
Yeah. I think, yeah, you're curious. I'm curious. Schuldt is 3 ranks or 3 positions away from being top 7 EU, and they're about to possibly take a 12-1 point win here. Is that enough MMR to boost them up? Now, what's their MMR at right now? What are they at? They're at...
So let me just take a quick look, and I will tell you. Okay, so via Schultz MMR as of right now is 1,200. 1,200.
Okay, so theoretically they could be at 1,209 for that case. So if they get 11 MMR from this match, they could be there in the top 7. Very doable. Very, very doable. Round number 2. And FTI is defending here, playing aggressive, pushing 2 up the center. 1 in the helicopter, 1 going even farther. Now this might be the disruption that FTI needs against Schuldt, unless Noctum gets the pick here. Oh, and he just misses, but now they know where he is.
Twins spawn. Twins.
Rogue panicking, just calling out twins all over the radio.
Michael here, maybe about to cause havoc. I mean, Michael with that strong sniper. I mean, yeah, I guarantee if he sees one of FDI's player, that we dead.
But White Knight, I think, sees. Oh, yeah. Michael knows White Knight saw him.
Nakdon pushing up over to north. Up here.
Okay. Interesting smoke. Not sure what the plan of that was, but
Leander might get taken off here. Camera 5. Oh, and he does. That's unfortunate.
whoa, I did not know
-1.
Leander was up there.
Yeah, Tempest is
-1
there
South
as
Valley,
well.
then one here.
Oh, he was there. Okay. I thought he was all the way up the top of the hill based off where those shots were going from Doggy.
4 versus 4 again now.
We do have Tempest now. We haven't seen him play the rest of the match, so curious to see how he does here. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh, and the
-1.
pickup onto knocked him by Red. It's now a 4v3.
Red with the AK-104. Nice. I mean, much less recoil than the AK-12 in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Man, if I was Schuldt, I would not have let FTI take the map advantage and choose
Sure,
Downfall, which is a huge Volk-sided map. And Tempest about to get picked off here by Rogue.
Well,
Oh, devastating. 4-2. I actually really want to see Schuldt get 4 points on this map just to kind of see where they might
Yeah.
land on these rankings.
I mean, unfortunately, I think it's a very exposed area over here on the south side of the map. I mean, if you hear, Doggy Dog has got a clear peek where Mantis is right now.
One's on South Valley.
Oh!
Wow, what a shot from Michael
Wow.
under Red. That's going to help them out just a little bit. They do have some 2 heavy hitters, though, alive. Mantis being one of them. An amazing player from Vikings. Also an amazing video editor for Onward. Rogue watching Michael on the cross. Does pick him off, but only downs him. Is available for the revive.
Oh, he's an LFG.
He's stuck on South Valley.
Good call-outs from Doggy. Oh, and the headshots are not landing on the Mantis.
Like at all.
Mantis is realizing the tough situation he's currently in.
Absolutely.
The ideal path is, I don't even know. I guess I would swing around through the smaller opening in the valley in the center. Rotate towards the opening where Michael died at, but if I had a smoke, I would toss it here and then go for that revive.
For sure.
We'll see if that's what Mantis is kind of hoping to aim for. He's a little bit high up on this.
It's
This
going to be a
valley,
very tricky mission for Mantis here. I mean,
Yeah.
he might be going for a possible revive on Michael, but I unfortunately don't think he'll be able to get that.
Minute and 40 seconds, so not too much time left on this objective. Why would Schuldt let FTI pick the map? I have no idea. Especially a heavy Volk-sided map like Downfall. Oh, and White Knight might see Mantis crossing here.
Watch out, mate.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he called it out.
I guess you just watch behind me again.
Rogue's watching this angle like a hawk here. Mantis has to be quick on that cross. And oh, and Rogue takes his eyes off of it.
Is Mantis going to go for the res here? Oh.
Oh, and Rogue's not looking.
Kid occasionally look at the heli, yeah?
Rogue's not looking. Mantis, get behind the corner! Oh, and he gets the revive.
Lower dumpster, lower dumpster.
Oh my gosh, wow. What a revive from Mantis. Only 30 seconds left. They're going to have to make some kind of play here. Like now.
20
22,
seconds left on the
yeah.
clock. I
Running
mean,
out
if
of time.
FTI would just sit back, I think easily they've got this round. Oh,
And there it
FTI
is.
win.
what a long round.
That was. FTI take the second point of the night. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Man, now I don't know if they're gonna get that 11 MMR anymore. It's still possible.
It is.
I mean, the average amount of MMR that a team gets from a win is about almost 10.
Yeah.
Now, a 12-2 win here could give them a little bit more than 10 MMR. I'm gonna pull up the EU MMR standings. So, AGM at 1220 and Schuldt at the high, or at 1200. 10 MMR would put them at 8th place approximately, and a little bit more than 10 MMR could put them in the 1220s. But the question is it low 1220s, mid 1220s, or high 1220s? And that also depends on where AGM EU is at, if they're in the low, mid, or high 1220s. Now, the thing about MMR is that the last number of your MMR is hidden and not always accurate. So just because it says 0 doesn't actually mean you're at 0. It's a hidden value.
Yeah.
That's why you can see some teams are like for example, Friendly Fire, Slither, Phantoms, they're all at 1250. And it's like, well, why is Friendly Fire above Slither if they're both at 1250? Well, because secretly, Friendly Fire's at 1258 MMR. Slither's at 1256, and so forth. So that puts in another aspect into what you have to think about.
I mean, if Schuldt were at 1209 here, like you said, if they were getting to gain 11 MMR approximately, getting this,
We'll put them in the
could go to
1220s.
Yeah, for sure.
Then it's like for AGM EU, Jakey, you're gonna have to hope that you're in the high 1220s, not the low 1220s.
I have faith in ourselves. Anyway, bloody got some doggy dog here going on to Michael and Leander.
Fucking hell, the North spawn.
Doggy dog not able to land any of those shots.
One's behind
And
you.
quite the aggressive push over at Marsoc Twins.
Side.
Oh, and Leander takes out Doggy Dog, a huge pickup. Gonna have to watch out for Red. Red's going for some shots on Leander, but not enough to take him down. He's still able to heal himself. Mantis takes out White Knight. Noctum's looking for Red here. It's now a 5v2 Rogue.
Mantis has got a really menacing spot here. I mean, it's very sneaky. I mean, if he was to prone, he could potentially get Rogue from under the truck. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a scary spot to try to come in from for Rogue. He's gonna have to rotate, and Red's trapped now. He does down Michael, but he is definitely trapped, and it's gonna be hard for him to get out of there with multiple eyes on him, like Leander being one of them.
Sure, yeah.
Noctum is gonna try to crawl his way up to those Marsoc Twin buildings to try to get into a better position.
Ooh. Rogue just missing Leander there.
Did he see? He doesn't know Noctum's there. Oh.
Noctum.
Oh, on the swing onto
God.
Rogue. One left. It's a 4v1 here. And it's just Red.
Who the hell died here? Amazon.
Red, asking questions that can't be answered, unfortunately.
See Noctum in the twin. Red is near approaching him well.
Bro, don't twist your ankle. Jeez, Red. Careful. Oh, and knocked him with the shots under Red. Getting another point for Schuldt. So yeah, if we're looking back at the EU leaderboards, it's a very, very slim chance that they can get to that top 7. They definitely can't get past newbies who are at 1230. I think what is it, 21 MMRs if it's a bit of a stretch, but 11.
Yeah, I mean it all comes down to the MMR. I think
Yeah,
we'll wait to see kind of, I mean, if Schuldt are lucky and they're in the high high numbers. I mean, if they're like
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 0, 9, they might be able to get, you know,
Yeah.
close to that.
And it's safe to say they need at least 11.
Sure.
Between 11 and 19 MMR to have to be top 7. You know,
Yeah.
that's their number that they're aiming for here. I'm looking at some of these other teams. Imperial with 1350 MMR. It's just insane. With 14 wins. I'm curious to see how this Challenger Cup goes on Saturday.
Yeah.
Hopping into the next round here. Number 4.
I'll go bungalow or something.
Okay, if you can get to the bungalow, kid, sound. I'll go to the bungalow here then. If you're going there.
Now, if Schuldt gets a cap, that'll be pretty.
I'm rushing towards points.
I mean, yeah, they've got the Valley spawn, which is
Careful, they
interesting. I
can
mean,
see us
Leander, Michael, and
about
Mantis are pushing
now.
up the twins, whereas Tempest and Nakdom are taking kind of a different route. I mean, up to center bungalow. So some interesting plays here.
I think Tempest is going to see White Knight here. He does.
Oh my God!
Gonna go for the shots. Oh, and he misses. What? I thought for sure he was going to be able to pick him off. White Knight not going to have any visibility on the offense. He's going to have to rotate into a better position if he wants to put some work in.
Sure.
No one on objective. Where's that? Oh, and a good smoke on the Rogue dice, completely blocking him, allowing Leander to push up. Doggy Dog's trying to get some shots onto Michael. Definitely needs to turn his attention to Leander here. But no one's watching objective, which could give Noctum the opportunity to run on and... Oh, and what a nade by Rogue.
Oh.
Noctum does confirm White Knight
bungalow.
in the center. An M203 smoke onto Doggy Dog would essentially be the cap that they want. Oh, or that. Or that. They need to go for the cap right now if they want to secure this as is.
It's free. I don't know whether Schuldt know this, but Rogue is the last one alive. I mean, it's a really, really hard position right where Rogue is in now.
Beyond the
Oh, flash is gone to Mantis and Leander.
Good flash by Rogue, but is that what he wants? As Tempest is going to go for the cap? Tempest needs to communicate to his team that he's capping right now. He needs to communicate. What is he doing?
I think he's just checking some spots.
Oh, and the kill onto Leander. Mantis is really trying to go for that kill. Oh, and Tempest gets the cap.
Well, nice cap. Really, really nice.
That was honestly making me nervous because of how many people were trying to kill Rogue there.
What a game. Lipinski, what a game.
What a game indeed, and I am
That
glad
was
we got
good.
to watch that. I'm going to be
good.
staring at the website now on the EU standings to just see where this puts Schuldt. I don't know. I don't know what everyone else is thinking in the chat right now. If they think they're going to get enough MMR.
A 12-2 finish. Really impressive from Schuldt. And yeah, I'm excited to see where Schuldt end up on the leaderboard as once these scores are submitted to. I mean, it's... I'm excited now. I just want to see it.
Yeah. Someone said that a challenge is worth half points. But someone else said that it's not quite confirmed, that it was not confirmed true.
I wouldn't think it's half points.
I don't think so either.
I think there's a high possibility it might be a little bit below what you'd normally get for a general matchup. I don't think it would be below half.
I would
Half.
think that it's as normal as it normally would be.
Yeah, I
Because
think-
a challenge is you're just risking your MMR that you currently have, and if you're willing to risk it, there's no reason why you should earn less for winning, you know?
I mean, Button was actually in the chat earlier, and he said no chance we can make top 7.
Nah, there's a chance.
Yeah,
There's a
do it.
chance. You gotta believe.
Yeah,
You've
the
gotta
chat's
believe.
not too. They don't have much faith in Schuldt. I mean, Tom Fuller is saying no chance they get big points even if 59. Maybe they won't, no matter what the score turned out to be.
Well, we're going to go ahead and replay our match highlights here. First one being the huge smoke push on map 1 where Noctum gets the pick before moving in on that 45-second long cap to start off the match. Really disappointing White Knight to kind of prematurely end the round for themselves too. Michael with a nice headshot on, or not a headshot, but a down onto Red, almost a headshot. On USS Quest, we see Lucas go for Rogue here off the catwalk and goes for the flank onto Red. Doesn't get the kill on the Doggy Dog, but Michael's there for that refrag on the rotate as well.
For sure, yeah.
Rogue Dice getting a kill on a Michael. This is a big play for them to get their first point here on USS Quest, taking out 2, making Catwalk almost not unpushable. Doggy Dog getting the trade on Lucas, giving the first round point that FTI saw this match on USS Quest. An insane nade toss by Doggy Dog onto Lucas down across the map. Unfortunately, was able to get revived, and Noctum went in to go and just clean up the rest of his team, or at least getting one. I think Mantis said, all right, that's enough. Let me, this is for Noctum. This is for the Vikings, and comes in and gets the double kill on the Rogue and on the Doggy Dog. We see almost a cap here, what could have been a cap, but there was no flashes on the Doggy Dog or smokes. Mantis gets the kill on the Rogue while Michael's there for the swing on the Red as he's fixated on the Mantis there. An insane headshot, or just a moving kill by Michael on the Red with the 12 times bolt action. Knocked him getting the flick on the Rogue Dice here at the top of Marsoc Twins. And a nade toss by Rogue downing Leander, but also contributing to the final cap of the match as well. That has been it for Season 15, Week 13, match versus Schuldt versus FTI. I am your host, Steph Lipinski. Thank you, Jakey, for co-hosting with me today. It's been an honor. We got to do more.
Having me. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you to all of our sponsors, to all of our viewers, and to our entire team at VRML. Signing out here, and have a good night and good rest of your day. Have
a nice night, everyone.
For all the North Americans.
Onward VRML is brought to you by Downpour Interactive, HyperX, ProTube VR, VR Cover. Thanks for watching VRML.